Check this out. This is exactly what I'm going through. This is really it weighs you down. To a man that's in this type of relationship, it weighs you down. It's like death by a thousand cuts. It's like, you know, you're going through like being ignored. And it's even worse than that. My situation is even worse than that. Why I haven't bite the bill, why I haven't bitten the bullet is, I guess, I don't know. I'm so used to suffering. I'm so used to being alone, isolated, in a place I don't want to live at, in a situation. And it's all sacrifice. There's a reason for that. Maybe I'll mention why I'm sacrificing. Well, we got a child together. There you go. And this is absolutely true. This is this is like the worst. This is, I don't know if this is worse than prison or worse than cheated on, or you're in a situation where you're in a bad divorce and it's over with. I'm sure while you're in a bad divorce, it's pretty bad, but after the fact, you get to start your life again. And I know a lot of you will say, "Why don't you leave? Why don't you leave?" Just finish watching this, and I'll answer that.
Let me ask you a deep question. Is there anything worse for a guy than getting cheated on?
Sadly, there is. I think a lot of guys here, that's their biggest fear, being with someone and that person doing something behind their back. I believe the worst thing for a guy is when someone is in a relationship and stays in a relationship but completely quits in every single way. From an emotional standpoint, from an obligatory standpoint, and they just stay existing there, taking up space while being completely absent in every other way. And that's not an immediate cut. You feel it. I think that's a lot worse than cheating.
It's worse, and it happens on both sides. It happens with the women and the men, and it's you exist in this glorified roommate situation. But if you're in a, at least if you're in a real roommate situation, Jesus, must be late. I can't fucking talk. Situation. Then you could go out and have fun and bring somebody over for a quickie. You can't even do that. It's not even a real. It's not even a real relationship or a type of glorified, thing. It's crazy. It's not even a glorified roommate scenario. It's it's crazy, and it's life becomes dull, gray. I don't know how I'm gonna work another year, to be quite honest. I'm kind of, you know, I'm trying to learn how to trade so I can make a little bit of money to live somewhere else. But that seems to be an issue in itself. I'm still working on it, trying to work on strategies and stuff. So I could move on, so I could do other things, so I could travel. I still have my responsibilities here because I have a child with her, so I can't completely just let go of this area or let go completely. I still got to come back. Some men will say just give up, and no, I just can't do that. And that's the chain. That's really the chain that holds me around. And my child is still kind of young, so I still want to be around because you know how women get. You leave and they start bringing strangers around, and those strangers, you never know what they bring home. That's the problem I have. You never know what they bring. She could promise you all she wants that she's not gonna bring somebody home, and I just can't accept that. I couldn't live with myself not being here, and if something happens because she brings strangers home, because I have a feeling she is cheating on me, and it is what it is, and as long as she's keeping it outside, not bringing that shit home, then okay. Because it's so much easier for a woman to cheat than a man. I mean, a man cheats with a woman. Let's say a man cheats with a married woman. His mind is why buy the cow if you could have the milk for free? He could keep on that relationship. He's having the best parts of the relationship, which is the sex and the emotional and all that part. While I get the shits, I don't get none of that, and and I don't want it either. I'm at that point in my life that I don't even want anything from her sexually. It's just that I'm basically, I'm basically trying to survive, but it's just getting so hard that it's like eventually it's just I'm gonna have to walk away from everything. What happens is your life force, who you are, your humanity just starts disappearing, and you're becoming a husk of your real self, and it just eats at you, and it eats at you, and it eats at you, and then eventually you're gonna end up walking away. May not be the first year, second year, third year. It may be 10 years, 15 years, but you're going to eventually, like, I have to get away from this. Maybe you could wait enough for your child to be like going to college or doing their own thing, like a lot of relationships when they break up and they get away from each other. Like you hear that a lot. That happens so many times that kids go to college and they get a divorce and they break the house. If they both if they both decent people, they'll divide the spoils correctly and everybody's okay. If one of them is not decent, then it becomes hell and it goes to court and then the lawyers salivating over, you know, what they're gonna get out of that, how much they're gonna charge, out of the spoils, the lawyers are gonna get their share. And it becomes messy and everybody really loses in that scenario. Nobody really wins. Anyway, I wanted to share that. Like this year I'm gonna share a lot of ideas, thinking of what I've been thinking and trying to get this trading going. I was gonna go and um do a prop firm challenge with Bright Funded, but I tilted today on my demo account, kind of fucked it up, and I'm kind of like, let me reevaluate what I'm doing, right? Because ultimately, I just need to quit my job. I'm just tired. I'm over 50. I'm just tired of everything. And you cannot run from your problems, but you could run to somewhere that fits you better, an environment that may suit you better. And if that environment doesn't, you keep moving on. I mean, um, we're supposed to be America. We're supposed to be free, but we don't allow ourselves to be free. We chain ourselves, and again, and it's getting harder and harder in the United States to survive. I don't know what's the breaking point there, but there will be a breaking point sooner or later. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. If you're 5'8", you're better than me. If you got all your hair, you're better than me. You're in a better situation. You know, if you're single, trust me, you're better than me. You're in a better situation. You should get on your knees and thank God that you're not me. You should thank God for that, and comment saying thank God so that I'm not him.